Dawn, I cannot believe you are sitting here. For anyone who doesn't know, this is Dawn. Why wouldn't you know? This is Dawn from the Sensible Living with Money Mom channel. Dawn, thanks so much for being here. How you doing today?
I'm doing great and I love being here and I love your subscribers, my subscribers, all the viewers. Thank you everyone and I'm honored to be here. I wish I was in New York with you though.
Well, that's okay. I'll head on over to Texas one day. There you go. Really, it'll never be the same. That's for sure. Dawn. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you upon your 6 years of being a YouTuber. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And not only that, you are a daily upload. I want to reveal something to the folks that regularly watch me on my channel. I don't know if you know this, but Dawn was a really huge example to me, which is one of the reasons that I am a daily content creator. I thought when I was first watching it that this is what you're supposed to do, but you don't have to do that, as I realized later on. But I'm really glad I kind of try to follow in your footsteps without you realizing it. That's what I started to do. I don't know if you realize that you make a big impact on people.
Well, thank you. I know I do upload videos every day and some people will say, hey, that's a little over. But because I keep them short, I used to do more than one a day, but doing one a day at 10 a.m., it kind of works for me. Maybe down the road, I'll change it. Usually once a year, like in January, I might do a new series and change things up, because it's good to change things up because we don't want our viewers to get bored.
No.
We have to want to think of some new things. And hopefully this is how I look at it. And then I'm sure you do too. Let's say we have subscribers. Not all our subscribers may watch everything, but what I'm hoping is there's something for everyone.
And there is, I can never get bored on your channel. You stay like on cue with the theme of your channel, but you vary it. Some days are, for example, personal growth kind of show.
Yeah.
And some days are maybe listicle. You'll list, specific bullet points as, great ideas and tips and tricks type thing. And there's some days just completely random stuff. To this day, I will always push that video that you did on making homemade yogurt. I've seen other videos, but the way you explained it, because you are a teacher, natural teacher. It was like, oh, wow, even I could do this. And then I just kept going back and referring to that video like 1,000 times, anytime I wanted to make that yogurt. So
well, I need to make that again because it's so inexpensive. And I actually posted it on my community tab. Someone asked me to do the video on that, but I mean, it would be the same video that I did several years ago. So the only way I would do that again is if I thought of ways to flavor it, and I would do that portion again, and then I would show people how they can flavor the yogurt, because some people don't want to eat plain Greek yogurt without anything in it. Some people will put fruit in it, but a lot of people don't want to add sugar to it. I don't know if you eat plain Greek yogurt or you add.
I have to have like a slight little sweetener, like not a ton. I don't like very sweet stuff, but I don't mind, like after the yogurt is made, for example, then I'll add, after it's all done and chilled, I'll add a little vanilla extract to it or like a pinch of sugar to it. And that for me helps me out. I don't like it like sugar, completely zero sugar and completely no flavor. But sometimes very plain one is really excellent, especially when it's the Greek one. You could do so many things with, like make it in dips and stuff of that nature. But you see how it's amazing how people influence each other to do things and they don't even realize they're doing it. I can't explain it. It's just like so impacting,
Exactly.
I never done another thing. What is that, Dawn?
We learn so much. I mean, from all these YouTubers, I mean, I'm learning so much. Like I watched a video yesterday on, money saving tips that grandmothers used back in the day, beauty tips grandmother used back in the day. I don't know why I found them really interesting, and so there's a lot of interesting. And then I took a tour of Lizzie Borden's, house, I'm like, whoa, hey, I can't be there, but I can take a tour online.
Wow, that's right. That's right. We're so fortunate that we have these kind of platforms that we could just, at the touch of a button, just like do all that stuff. There is a subject matter that I think you and I both agree on that we don't kind of talk about too often on our channels.
Go ahead.
Is it like beginning with the word time?
Oh, wait. Oh, is it the word management? Yeah.
Yes.
Those two do well on my channel. Time management, they do not do well. I don't know why, but maybe, I think a lot of my viewers have excellent time management skills. That's probably
Yes.
why. But
Yeah.
yeah, those videos, for some reason, people just are not interested in it but on other people's channel, they do well. I think it just
Yeah,
depends.
no, I share the same sentiment as you. Like, even in my case, with the exception of one thing, Dawn, I had mentioned a wonderful fellow that's, on Shark Tank, Kevin, okay? Kevin O'Leary, he had mentioned that, and I never forgot this. He mentioned this on a video, and I quoted it on one of my shows, that get the three things that you really don't want to do the first thing in the morning out of the way. Take those three things. And if you could get it done as soon as possible, like in that arena of time management, and it's so true. That went over big. A lot of, my viewers love that. And thank you, Kevin O'Leary, for that. And it is really true because I apply that in my life too. If I don't really love to do something, I like to knock it out of the ballpark early. Do you do the same thing?
You know what? I sometimes do, but then sometimes I save it to the end of the day and then it gets moved. This is what I'm working on now, and I don't know if this will help anybody. Hey, we all have things that are what I call urgent, which might mean a phone call. We all have things that are important, and then things we want to do. What I think is good is that, let's say we do have a to-do list. What is the most important thing to do? And maybe circle that and say, I've got to do this one thing. Let's say it's making a phone call to check on an account that's maybe, that you want to know what's going on with one of your accounts, or make a doctor appointment. Or let's say you want to cancel a service and you're dreading it. Now that's a good one. And this is money related. And you may be on hold for a long time. Like I've known of someone recently that had to call their social security office, and they called, they were on hold like half the day, but they knew they had to do it. And so they just multitask and brought the phone around the house with them. Those are the things I avoid. I hate being put on hold for a long period of time. And I hate anything that has a hassle factor. Things that have multiple steps, or if there's a glitch with it, like a technical glitch, those are the things I get. I don't know if you're that way. I get frustrated.
Well, we just went through something. I just want to mention this to the viewer. I mean, Dawn and I had planned, to get together. We had a certain format we were going to follow. I was going to do it on my other computer. Right now I'm recording from my phone, so I hope it comes out okay. What happened was it just was a very slow connection for some reason, and things were not working out. So I always keep a plan B, and Dawn, you probably tend to agree with me on this, especially with technology. And if you like book shows with your friends or your family or whatever, or have a guest on, YouTube channel, whatever, always have a plan B. Always. That's why when you called up, I said, I'm just going to get the phone and we'll do it on that.
Yeah, that's really, really smart. Yeah, I mean, I do have a data plan that I could like upload videos and do things because I usually use Wi-Fi. But, if it's okay to say, Jana and I do film ahead, which really helps because, I do enjoy putting content out there. I don't know about you, but I find this really fun for me. I'm grateful to YouTube for allowing us to do this. I mean, it's a wonderful opportunity. I want everyone to start a YouTube channel.
You know what you remind me of, Dawn? Just about 15 years ago, let's say I wanted to produce any type of a show for my local local cable network 15, 20 years ago. Let's think about this. To rent studio space, especially in certain parts of the world and the country, the studio space can be very expensive. Look at the gift this opportunity that we have to create a show that eventually can be broadcasted all over the world. So, it's just a crazy thing, and it's just amazing. We have literally a studio in the palm of our hand. I don't take that lightly, so I'm really grateful for this platform for that. I know you are too.
Oh, definitely. I think it's fantastic. And there's such a wide variety of topics. And, I enjoy listening to people sometimes chat because I feel like I'm sitting there with them.
Yes.
Well,
that's what you do with your viewers. Like, we just get to sit there and you're hanging out with us. And like you said, it's not so lengthy. You get right to the point, which is really, really good. I
Not
wanted to
on
ask
my
you.
live. That thing went almost an hour. I'm like,
Oh,
just
that's live. I'm so
just
sorry I missed that
well,
broadcast.
that's okay. I mean, I was rambling about all sorts of stuff. They're probably like, oh my goodness. But, I don't do that but once or twice a year. So,
Well, you know where I was, Dawn, sleeping in my chair. I fell asleep. I kept saying to you, Dawn, what time you coming on live? What time you coming on live? It wasn't your fault, my fault. I fell asleep. Well, you know
that's
what? I
okay.
get up super early. I'm up super early, so you
Wait,
know that.
you're in the 5 a.m. club, right?
Oh, I'm definitely in the breakfast 5 a.m. club. Absolutely, for
I
sure.
would love to know if it's okay if I ask your viewers a question. I don't think you'll mind. I would
Yeah.
love to know, and I know y'all are going to think I'm crazy. I probably get about 6.5 hours of sleep. I, on average, go to bed. I know this is terrible. Oh, y'all are going to go, Dawn, about 1:30 or 2, and I get up at 8.
Oh, that's beautiful hours. I like that.
Yeah, I get up at 8 a.m. Now, today, because my husband left for a few days, I was up with him and then I couldn't get back to sleep. And so I did sleep in till a little bit before 10 because, I just couldn't sleep at all. I just had a hard time
Right.
sleeping. So, anyway, and my little app, I don't know if you have one of those apps, told me that they graded me poor on my sleep last night, but that's okay.
Oh, I tried that app one night. My sister was visiting once and just, try this app, blah, blah, determining your quality of sleep. I was afraid to look at the result. And it said the same thing like yours. I guess just like my mind is like always like elsewhere, like type thing. Oh my gosh. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to take sleeping a little more seriously. I even mentioned it when I was on the Everywhere with Steve Young74 channel. And I mentioned that, I go on his channel every week, and that we were speaking about that recently. But yeah, that's a good
Well,
healthy.
I want to know what time your viewers get up. What time, Jan's wonderful subscribers, what time do you guys get up in the morning, or any of
Well,
you?
I suspect a few of them get up early because I could be checking on my comments, Dawn, at 5:30 in the morning, and I have specific group of people. Love you all. Thank you for listening. I appreciate every one of you. And they're leaving me comments. 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Mwah!
That's fabulous.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's absolutely
They're
wonderful.
amazing. They are just
It
so
might be,
amazing.
I call it the 5 a.m. club.
Yes. Well, Dawn, I would like to ask you, is there anything else you'd like to add for a thought to this conversation today?
I do want to add something, and I'm glad you asked, Jan, but I wanted to say, and this could be a whole nother long conversation. I just feel led. I know, and I want to admit to you and the viewers that I don't always I come across like this really friendly person, but I don't always have a positive attitude. Sometimes I can feel I can be kind of worrisome, kind of negative, complaining, not a great attitude. And I do hear a lot of people talking about inflation and things. And I'll be honest with you, prices of some things make me mad and I get upset about things sometimes. But I was just thinking about this and it's okay to me to be upset for a little bit. I read this in a book. Hey, allow yourself for 5 minutes to grumble and go, rah, 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 grumble, grumble. But after that, you're like, nope, no more. And you cut it off.
Right.
And, I know that many people have things tough. And Jan and I would both say this. None of us are walking in anyone's shoes. We don't know what life is like where you're at. And we're not ever telling anyone how to live their life or judging anyone.
Never.
I have to say that that's very, very important because we're not you. Just like you guys don't judge us. So my thing is I really want to see more positive, like, okay, yes, there's inflation going on, but I think if all of us put our heads together, there's so many choices out there, so many opportunities that I think many of us haven't even unpacked yet because I'm not saying you and me, but many folks, and hey, I'm in there too, are so busy grumbling that there may be great opportunities out there that we're not even seeing. As a matter of fact, I want to say something really quick. In 2009, when the economy was really bad and people were getting their hours cut, I actually created a group where they met at my house. We had a coupon group, but not only that, it was what I call an opportunity group. And we would meet once a month and we would say, hey, my hours got cut. We would bring resources like, hey, I've got extra cereal. And we would share stuff that we had. Hey, my child grew out of jeans. You know, does anyone? Yeah, my son wears these size. Thank you. We would share. Hey, I did hear so and so's hiring for part-time work here. Oh, wonderful. And they would get hired. It was not grumbling about what we don't have. It's like, let's take a group of people, put our heads together. What resources do we have to help each other? And what kind of things, what skills do we each have that we can bring to the group? And even though we're not getting together, we have that opportunity online. We could help one another. You get all these heads together, and with a lot of ideas being thrown out there, you got all these great channels. I mean, that's, I don't know. It's just
One of my dear commenters said, be proactive, not reactive.
what a great comment.
I never forgot it. And well, that's not, well, I always said this, and I know you do too. I really believe this in my honest opinion, that for those who choose to live a frugal lifestyle in general in life, it really doesn't matter that much what goes on around us. Why? Because we're living the frugal life and we know how to respond to that, like without blinking an eyelash. Yeah, the numbers may change, but we know how to adapt to it. Who would have known, for example, Dawn, that I'm just sharing this, a very big increase in one of my bills this year. I didn't go berserk. I was ready. I saw the writing on the wall, but I worked around it so that I'm still living within my means. Life goes on. Yeah, I was like, oh, gritting my teeth, like you said, for that 5 minutes, maybe 10 in that case for me. But can't lie, but I'm okay. I'm okay. It's just how we act to it.
Yes. And I'll be honest, like I said, I wanted to be honest with the viewers. I don't always have the best attitude. And sometimes I can worry about things. But it's okay to have a pity party as long as we don't stay for long. But
Right.
I know that I got to figure it out. So if I lost one of my sources of income, I would be really worried. I would be upset. I'm not going to lie. And we have to allow ourselves to process and work through that. But then I'd be like, okay, this happened. This bill went up. I lost a job. I've got a healthy savings. What am I going to do? Let me start seeing what are some opportunities out there that I can do. So that's kind of what I would do, and then go from there.
And that's why planning ahead little by little doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be grandiose, just a little consistency, a little bit consistently to plan ahead and prepare for those unexpected challenges that may arise. I can't thank you enough for being here, Dawn. I really appreciate you.
We can't go for an hour? Just teasing. But I want to say, Jan, if you don't mind me saying real quick before we sign off, I mean, I know we do have some of the same subscribers and maybe not, but I want to say you have a lovely group of subscribers, because I watch most all of your videos or listen to them, and I really enjoy them. They always brighten my day. But I also want to compliment your subscribers. They are lovely people. They're resourceful.
They really are.
The comments are phenomenal. You've got a wonderful, so I want to compliment and thank everybody for their valuable time, taking time to come to any of our channels. I really appreciate everybody.
And I love the people that head on over to your channel. I read some of the comments there, and some of the best tips and tricks, honestly, you agree, come from the viewer.
Oh, gosh, we learned. Hey, you know what? I think these viewers, I think YouTube should start paying some of the subscribers. They're going, yes, yes, yes.
That would be fine.
That for some of the fabulous comments.
There you go. I just want to warn everyone. First one, thank you all for being here. Thank you so much. And you too, Dawn, for being here. But sometimes it takes a little while for this thing to shut off. So when the show is over and it's not shutting off, please feel free to just shut it off. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. Take care, Dawn.
You.